Hello, I'm Bruce the Moose. You've probably never seen a moose in the wild. We try to hide out. But since we're talking now, let me tell you all about the amazing ways God made moose. First, we're big. If an average adult man stood next to me, he'd come up to about my shoulders or so. Now, that might not seem like that big of a deal, but it's one way God helps us. You see, moose like me like to live in snowy places. Sometimes that snow gets pretty deep, but our long legs help us walk right through the snow. And my legs also help me wade into the ponds when it's hot in the summer. That keeps me cool and helps me find food in the water. Aside from plants that grow underwater, moose mostly eat the leaves or fruits of tall plants, so we need to be tall in order to reach them. Our long legs are just one way God helps us. He also gave us amazing fur coats to keep us warm in the cold Alaskan winters. Every single one of my hairs is hollow, which makes it like wearing a big puffy coat. And I don't just have hair on my body, even my nose and antlers have fur. I just know God gave me all that fur to help me stay warm. Take a deep breath. Feel the air going through your nostrils? Well, God made a bunch of passageways in my nose so that by the time the air gets into my lungs, it's warmed up. And those passageways also help capture water vapor when we breathe, which is a good thing when all the water is frozen. Yep, God gave moose like me everything we need to stay nice and warm. Most animals will eventually get so cold that their bodies start to use energy to stay warm, like when you shiver. But scientists haven't even found a temperature cold enough to make that happen to a moose. And if I want to know the weather forecast, I just check the winter net. You might think that with our big heavy bodies and long lanky legs, swimming might be hard, but it's not. Remember those hollow hairs I mentioned? They help us float. And while you might not want a long nose like mine, it helps me keep my eyes above water so I can keep a lookout. I just love the way God made me to swim and run fast. Moose hooves are another way God helps us out. He gave us strong, sharp hooves that help us kick a predator who tries to hurt us. We can even kick in any direction. Hee-yah! And the shape of my hooves is specially made for snowy winters. Walking on these hooves is like when humans wear snowshoes. But I haven't even gotten to my favorite feature, my antlers. These big things are made of bone and covered in a soft skin called velvet. It's like fur. And they grow fast. That's a good thing because every year moose lose our antlers and grow newer, bigger, better ones. So how do those antlers help us? Well, we use them for two things: fighting moose who try to steal our homes and showing off to the ladies. Speaking of which, the ladies find me pretty amusing. When you think about it, every part of a moose was carefully created so we have just what we need to live in Alaska. Jesus can give you help too, like if you're not sure what decision to make, or if you need a little extra courage to do what God has asked you to do. God gave me antlers, hooves, and hollow hair, but He gave you what you need too. He gave you a brilliant brain that can come up with ideas and brand new thoughts. He gave you the ability to talk and share about Jesus with other people. And He gave you a heart that can follow Him and show His love to other people. So, no matter how helpless you might feel sometimes, remember that Jesus is right there to give you all the help you need. Time for me to snow or go. Don't forget, when we need help, we can trust Jesus.